Hey y'all, it's Jaeger from Photo17.com, the online home of Carolina's photography. And this is the vlog where I go over those other photography tips and tricks that you might not hear about anywhere else on the web. So I have something really witty to say right here. Never too old. You're not too young to pick the camera up, in my opinion, either. These are some of the classes I think you should take. We'll start with number one, an art class. That's kind of easy to put together why you want to do that. A graphic design course, but specifically something where you can work with some photo editing software. You need to be able to edit these pictures. Back in the film days when I started, you would drop it off at the local drugstore, put it on the machine. There was some post-processing. That's not a new element to photography, and you definitely have to have a handle on the whole editing photo process. TV and YouTube. YouTube University is how I've kept developing my skills when digital photography came into play, because I started back in the 35mm days. Actually, there might have been a 1 megabyte camera in existence. It wasn't looking too sharp or good. The future seemed a little bit iffy on the whole digital thing now that I think back on it. Whether you're in school or online with YouTube or dedicated teaching sites like Skillshare, which I can't fully endorse because I've never ever used one of those, but I know a lot of good people who are teaching courses on sites such as Skillshare, so it's worth a look. I had a photography teacher in high school, so I'm definitely all about having a teacher teach photography. And you know, it's kind of like when you take a picture, there's just really no one right way to do things in photography, and that includes getting the title photographer itself. Anything where you do some photo editing as well as some video editing is definitely a good thing. The two aren't the same. People often mix them up in places they should not, but there are some similarities and some crossover between the two fields. You call the video classes today where you do some type of like media training and newscasting like a broadcaster would do. Also great. You're always going to be talking. You have to talk a lot. You have to talk to people. You have to talk to clients. You got to talk to models. Talking's a big part of the picture taking thing, even though you're generally working in silent, still shots. Only job sometimes. There's a lot of downtime where it's just you and your thoughts. Say if you find your dream job, you'll never work a day in your life. Basically, that's all you do is work as a photographer. Whether you're trying to book something, whether you're editing something, where you're thinking up ideas, it's gonna be coming to you in your sleep. You're required to be both an extrovert and an introvert, which I think that's ambivert or something like that. There's some title for that. So this is supposed to be about classes, but hear me out. You don't always need a diploma in photography to be a photographer. Oh, I know. We will, for the sake of this video, not go down that route. But some jobs do require some type of college degree. Some companies require that, so it's not a terrible thing to have one in your back pocket. It's just not always required. And do not get caught up on having the latest and greatest gear. There's gear coming out almost daily in the photography field. You're gonna need to get what suits the kind of pictures that you wanna take. So start with composition, start with lighting. I got a really tricky lighting setup right here, but I'm overexposed right here, and here not so much, because you gotta understand how light hits places, and you don't even need a camera to really be able to see that. It's pretty clear. Darker area, lighter area. Might not even need a class after all. All right, so I hope that anything I said was just a teeny bit useful to you. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased, but being a photographer is amazing. You know, every time you take a photo, you create something that did not exist only a fraction of a second earlier. And that's just an incredible feeling. And whew. All right. Okay, let's go make a sort of house call.
Hey, buddy. Hey, boy. Oh, he's here.
Cool setup.
Projector.
For movie watching. Hot grill. Floating cooler. Okay.
Oh, man. How late am I?
Super late.
Hey.
I made the food. Hi.
Sorry, we've got bugs the size of airplanes coming in here with me. It's been a good long day. I got a little bit of Those are doggy snout all over the camera, but I almost forgot. Please, please, please hit that like button, share if you feel like sharing, and subscribe to never miss a shot from Carolina's photography. I will speak with you later on with some more of those other photo tips. Bye, y'all.